Hey, NerveSpa family, Scott here. I am with Dr. Tim Kammerman, Chiropractic Care Clinic, and today Tim has agreed to chat with me um, about our stuff. We've been working together for several years. This is not scripted. Who knows what he's going to say? But I say let's dive in because Dr. Tim has patients to see and maybe maybe some more NerveSpa products out there in the future. But so Tim, thanks for joining us, and
You bet.
let's dive right in. So years ago when we first started chatting, what prompted you to give myself and the NerveSpa products a try?
Well, to be honest with you, we've been doing work with neuropathy for 12, 15 years. Have used other products that I won't mention, but felt like it looked like just a really cheap box, and almost all the patients would comment on that. And
Not
then
not not ours. I'm going to assume, right?
no, it wasn't yours. It
Oh,
was another company,
gotcha.
and
Just wanted to make sure.
yeah. So let me turn this off. And so, and the prices kept going up and up and up. And I understand that if you're getting results, price is not the most important thing, but it matters as well when you're dealing with patients. And so we try to bring the most cost effective, but the most productive. It's got to get results, in other words. And so, we were looking around, and I don't know, there was probably a marketing piece or an advertisement or something like that. So we checked you guys out and started using the products, and we got the same or better results. So if you're getting the same or better results for less price, I'm in. And so we started using it. And the next thing is I like the packaging. That's very important. When, if you were going to some, Macy's or Dillard's or whatever, and, it was just a piece of equipment or a piece of jewelry, and it's like, okay, where's my jewelry box? You don't get no jewelry box. You just get a piece of jewelry. Then, it matters. It looks good, it works, and the price is good. How's that?
Well, no, that's listen. And I know you long enough to know you're not just putting words out there for my benefit. Um, you know,
No,
uh,
I wouldn't be on this Zoom if it was all about that. It's because at the end of the day, if you're a practitioner, if you're not getting results, then you got to change something. And so, yeah, so for me to be on here and talking about it, I have to get results, and you have to have equipment that's reliable to do that.
no, that's awesome, and you're making this a little bit easier on me than I thought. You kind of answered my follow-up question, which is I get why you jumped in and gave us a shot. So all these years later, I imagine you may reiterate some of what you just said, but just to be clear, what's keeping you around after all these years?
Yeah, so we use a lot of your products for home therapy, especially. And so when you've got the NerveSpa that has the 7.83 frequency, we have our patients run that for 30 minutes, and then we use the home laser, the home red light, and the vibration plate. So they spend about an hour doing that.
So you're
And
using
here's what.
everything. You're using the NerveSpa Pro 90. You're using our LED wrap, the cold laser, and the vibrational plate. So you're all in. It sounds like.
Yeah, I recommend all four of those pieces of equipment. And so I tell them you're going to spend about an hour a day,
Mhm.
and we have some patients that do that. Some patients will actually do twice a day, which I love, because I'll tell them if it's going to take, let's say, a year, year and a half, 2 years for them to get the best results, then we do in-office treatments as well. We have high frequency machines and
Sure, sure.
other types of lasers and things of that nature. And so I call that the jumpstart. So we might do 2 or 3 months in office, but all the while they're doing the other therapies at home. And that gives you the best of both worlds. You can be monitoring them clinically in the office and then have them do the home therapies. And I will say that 80% plus, I'd say 80 to 90% of the patients that are doing our protocol will see improvements within 1 month. And now it doesn't mean they're going to be well, But if you can see improvement in a month, whereas you haven't been seeing any improvement, that's a
True enough.
substantial change.
So just to be clear, I mean, and I got to imagine that some of the improvement that your patients are seeing are coming from what you guys do in clinic. I mean, but
Yes,
and if I'm wrong, tell me. But it sounds like when they're combining the in-clinic treatment and modalities with our home care items that you just mentioned, you're telling me that's definitely contributing to the patient getting better.
absolutely. So, if I could send a $35,000 piece of equipment home with them, great. That would be the thing to do. But since we can't do that, and it would be not cost effective and time efficient, because I have
Right.
people that may travel several hours to get
True.
here, so you can't do that the rest of the year. So we try to get the jumpstart and use some of what I call the big guns in the office, and then we use the home therapy to get them home the rest of the way. Now, here's what I've observed. I've had individuals that um, we have provided your equipment for
Mhm.
them. And one guy in particular, in fact, I saw him today. And I remember he got the equipment, took it home, started using it, didn't want to do the in office right now. So we rock along and I say, hey, you using the equipment? No, I'm not using the equipment. Okay. A year goes by, using the equipment. No. So we retest him, and guess what? He's worse. And so I said, well, the equipment is really great, but you have to actually use them. So there's one of the downfalls of your products. It won't work unless you use it.
It's
You
the
can't
same
just.
challenge of buying a
I,
treadmill or an elliptical,
I'm
right?
sorry, Scott. Just putting your equipment in the room doesn't work. He tried it, and
Man, you know,
you actually,
I got to talk the powers that be, man. We got
yeah,
no, but
you actually have to turn them on and use them. So, but anyway, the
what's the
guy,
world come to, right?
I know. So, yeah, there are some limitations. You have to take them out of the box and you have to turn them on. You have to hook them up, to your body. But if you do that, you have a great opportunity and chance to see healing. And that's exciting because you don't know how many people that come in that would like to do therapy, would like to do treatment.
Mhm.
And unfortunately, at this time, the insurance doesn't cover it and they're stuck. So it's good to have treatment and therapies that we can use that will make a difference.
So, kidding aside, we and everybody likes to sell stuff. But what's really cool is talking with you and some of the other clinics I work with, and being able to build up this kind of relationship where you're glad to jump on this kind of call and talk about our stuff, but also to know genuinely that your patients are getting good use out of our stuff, and it's helping them that get better. I mean, everybody wants to sell, but I just as much really enjoy hearing about how our products are helping, because that's the name of the game, and everybody should benefit from the partnership. So,
Well, let me
unless
say a
there,
couple of
oh yeah, hit me. I'm go
yeah,
go.
let me say a couple other things before we get off is this. I also like your accessibility. You know, how many times do I call up and ask you a question? I asked you a question a while ago and you answered it for me. And so I can call up. If you know the answer, you can tell me. If you say, hey, I need to do a little research on that. And so you always get back with me on that. There's been a couple of times where maybe there was a malfunction with the product. You guys replaced it. You've always been good under the warranty, obviously. If there's something that needs to be replaced, you guys are good. And so I appreciate that. The other thing is this: you have a catalog. If we were going to sit down and talk about all the products you guys have, I mean, we'd be here for hours because you have so many different products, and then you're working on new products. Even as we speak, you've told me about some things that you guys are working on. So
Oh
I
yeah,
like
it's
that.
really exciting. This is
Yeah.
this is a and on the opposite side of that coin, I enjoy the relationship, knowing your schedule, being able to call up and talk to you about, product feedback, product development, getting some of your expertise.
Sure.
And it's exciting, for me, working with the clinicians, working with you and your team, and being able to continuously bring these new solutions. So thank you for saying that. Anyway, I did not ask him to pat me on the back, but it's much, much appreciated regardless. And yeah, this is fun for me. Love working with the clinics and you and your team, as I said, and super excited about what we're working on for the future. So
Yeah.
thank you for making the time and for your genuine
Yeah.
kind words.
Well, thank you, Scott. And so, best of luck with your continued product and all the research you're doing. And we'll see you around.
Thank you, Tim. Enjoy your day and
Thank
hope to
you.
hear from you real soon.
All right. Thank you.
Be well.